Alright, good day and welcome to today's construction class. Right, for today we'll be considering the problem as displayed on the screen in first angle orthographic projection in first angle, and our front view is going to be taking the direction of the arrow itself. Alright, so to place my front view, the very first thing I'm going to do is to produce a thin horizontal line in this order, as you can see on the screen. Okay, that's it, that horizontal line in that order. Then I'm going to produce a vertical line to it like this in this order also. Alright, so that is settled like that. So what's the next thing I'm going to do? The very first thing I'm going to actually get is the total width of the front view. So I'm having a mark of 22, 82 and 22, so that is 126. So from this area here, I'm going to measure length of 126 towards my left hand side. Okay, so 126, which is this. So I have that mark of 126 like that. All right, so I'm going to project it vertically. Okay, so this mark to this mark is what is 126. Take note of that. All right, now from this mark of this edge, I'm going to measure a mark of 22, which is this. Okay, and from this end here inwards, mark of 22, which is this also. So those mark of 22, I'm going to project them vertically also. Alright, so that is settled. So I'm going to actually get the midpoint of this width of 126, and that is going to be 63. So mark of 63, which is this also. Then I'm going to project that mark vertically. So all of these lines I'm drawing are faint lines. They are thin continuous lines. Okay, so after doing that, the total height of my object here, the cylindrical part under the object, is a diameter of 75, and the height there is the height of 30. So height of 30 together with the thickness of the base, which is 25, and the 50 upward, so that's 75 plus 30, that is height of 105. Total height of what? 105. So from anywhere on this vertical line, I'm going to measure height of 105 with my ruler, which is this. Can you see that? So I pick that mark of 105. So from this line, I'm going to measure height of 30, which is this. Take note. Then from that mark of 30, I'm going to measure mark of 25, which is the thickness of the base itself. Mark of 25, which is this. Alright, so each of these points I measured vertically will be projected horizontally. So first of all, the mark of 30, which is this, is going to be projected like this, horizontally, like this. Okay, mark of 25 here will be projected like this, and mark of 105 will be projected like this, horizontally. So take note of that. All right, now the base, the cylindrical part under the base is a diameter of 75, and that is going to be radius of 37.5. That's going to be radius of 37.5. So with my compass, I'm going to pick a distance of 37.5 with my compass. Okay, so 37. Okay, and that is it. I'm sorry for the noise. Yeah, my place is closer to the airport. Please, I'm sorry for that. Okay, so this 37.5. I have my 37.5 on my compass. So take note of this. Okay, take note of this. So from this point here, okay, I mark right and what and left. You see, so distance from here to here now is what is 75 as it is on the screen. Okay, so and what am I going to do now? I'm going to actually project that mark. I'm going to project it like this. Take note of this. You know, I told you the height of that cylindrical part is what is 30, and here to here is what is 30. Take note. So but still I'm going to project it from the mark of 30 downwards, faintly first. Okay, then like this also. Take note of that. So I think I can actually take in this area like this now. Yeah, let me thicken it. Okay, and the whole of this area like this. All right, so likewise this will be thickened, and this will be what? Thickened. Okay, you see it's coming up bit by bit. Okay, so I'm going to actually enclose this area like this. Take note of that also, like this. All right, so orthographic projection is one of the most cheapest concepts in drawing, okay, because it is what you see that you draw. So don't make life hard on yourself, okay. It is what you see you draw. Now take note, you notice that on this base we have a circle of diameter 40, and that circle is all the way through to the bottom here. Yeah, so diameter 40, that will be radius of what? Radius of 20. So I'm going to pick my ruler. With my ruler now, from this midpoint, take note of this, okay, from this midpoint, okay, I measure 20 towards the right hand side and 20 towards the left hand side. So 20 plus 20 equals to what? Equals to 40. Take note of that. So I'm going to project that also like this. I'm going to project it all the way down faintly, and hey, sorry, I've drawn rubbish over there. I'm going to correct that. So I'm going to project it all the way here also, downward faintly. Okay, now distance from here to here is the 40. Okay, and I can't actually see this hole from the outside, but if I check at this object from the plan, I can see the hole. So on this front view, that area is going to be what? It will be hidden. So I'm going to represent it with 10 short dashes. Okay, all right, with my 10 short dashes. So take note of this. So see, you see in that order. Do you see that? So I'm going to do the same thing here. That mark of diameter 40. Okay. So do you take note of that? So that is how this area is going to be like that. Are you following? Now, to finish this area at the top, I'm going to thicken this like this. Take note. It's going to look this way, and this to this mark right here. Take note of that. This like this, then this from the top to that level. So I'm going to enclose this like this. Okay, and I'm going to enclose this like this. Okay, I'm going to enclose that like that. So now we are, on this front view, on this area and this area here, if you look at the object, we are having two cylindrical holes there. Okay, and we are not given the dimension for those holes. Okay, so I'm going to assume the diameter for that hole to be diameter 25. So Turkey, take note, I am producing this drawing on a scale of 1:1. I am producing it on a scale of 1:1. So if you have to produce your own on scale of 2:1, you are going to multiply every dimension given here by 2. What does that imply? That implies that this area to this area, that is 22 on that question, will be 44 when you want to draw it on 2:1. This area that to this area, that is 82, is going to be what? 164 on 2:1. Take note of that. All right, so I'm drawing this on 1:1. So the next procedure is this. From the top here, okay, from the top, I'm going to measure a mark of 25. Okay, I'm going to measure a mark of 25. So I'm going to project that mark of 25 horizontally like this. All right, take note. So I project it faintly. Yeah, you might actually say, okay, let me increase the texture so that you can see it clearly. This. So you can see that line now. Okay, now from this line here, I'm going to measure mark of from this line here. Take note, from this line. Okay, from this line, I'm going to measure mark of 12.5 upwards and downwards. 12.5 plus 12.5 gives me what? Gives me 25. So from this line, I measure mark of 12.5 upwards and 12.5 downwards. So each of those marks, I'm going to draw them what? Horizontally, faintly. I project them horizontally, faintly, okay, and like this also. So having done that, I'm going to pick my ruler. I'm going to, these holes that I told you are on this area here, we can't see it from the front view. Okay, so I'm going to make them what? Hidden with my thin short dashes. Okay, hidden. So it's going to be like this. You see that's okay. Okay, and like this. Okay, the same thing on this other side here. Okay, and here. So that is our complete front view like that. Okay, so what I have here is my complete front view. So you can just put your dimensions and the likes. So what is here is now our complete front view. So the next thing is to produce the plan. And before I produce the plan, from this base here, I'm going to measure a distance of 10 mm, 10 millimeters. Take note, and that is going to be this 10 millimeters. Okay, with that distance of 10 millimeters, I'm going to project it horizontally like this. Take note of that. All right, I'm going to project it horizontally like that. Now our plan, the width on our plan is what? Is 75. The width on our plan is also what? 75. And if it is 75, I'm going to pick my ruler from this area here. I'm going to measure 75 mm downwards. 75 mm, which is this. Okay, from this mark to this area is what? Is 75. Take note. So I'm going to project that horizontally, faintly first. Okay, horizontally, which is what? This. Are you following it? Okay, so I'm going to actually get the midpoint of this 75, and the midpoint is going to be 37.5. So with my compass, I measure 37.5, which is this, and from here I mark. You see that? So having that mark, I'm going to project that mark horizontally also like this. Okay, that's 37.5 horizontally like this, faintly. All right, are you following? Okay, are you following? Now the very first thing is this. I'm going to pick my ruler, my compass with radius 37.5 on my compass. Okay, I'm going to, I know this object is at the bottom, but from the top I can't see this cylindrical part on the bottom. I can't see it from the top, so I'm going to make it what? Hidden. So with my compass, I'm going to draw a circle, but not a full circle like that. I'm going to a full circle, but with hidden line, with our thin short dashes. Okay, so like this. So talking, are you seeing what I'm doing? Talking. Yeah, please take note and be careful. And remember, I told you I am producing this on a scale of what? 1:1. I'm producing on a scale of 1:1. That's it. You see that? Okay, now next thing is this circle of diameter 40. I can see it in full. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my compass and pick radius of what? Radius of 20. Radius of 20, which is okay. I can just place my compass and adjust it all the way, down. Okay, like this. Yeah, to pick this radius here. Okay, that's it. That's radius 20. With radius 20, I draw this boldly. You see that's okay. I draw that with radius 20. With radius 20, I draw that. Okay, so the next thing is picking my pencil and my ruler. I'm going to take in this rectangular frame here like this. Hope you see that. I'm going to take in this also like this. Alright, take note of what I'm doing, please. I'm going to take in this area. Please be careful with the lines. Okay, like this. And I'm going to take in this area also like this. Alright, so having done that, I'm going to take in the horizontal area at the top like this. And I'm going to take in this area also like this. Like this. So that is it. Okay, but we are not through. This area will show on our front view. this circle I called diameter 25. I'm going to show it on my plan also, but on this, you know, this area here, this is it on my front view. This area here to here, this is it on my front view also. Take note. So this circle we are seeing hidden on our front view, I'm going to show it on my plan also as what as hidden also. And we said that circle is diameter what? Diameter 25. So from the middle line here, from the midpoint line here, from the center line on this plan here, I'm going to measure 12.5 upwards and 12.5 downwards. Okay, so which is this? 12.5 upwards and 12.5 downwards. So I'm going to project those lines horizontally, faintly. I'm going to project it faintly horizontally, 1 and what? And 2 faintly. So after doing that with my ruler, I'm going to make this what? Hidden line also. You see that? Then right here also. You see that? Okay, it is hidden. This and this are hidden line. I'm going to do the same thing on this other side here. Okay. And right here also, it's going to be what? Hidden line. So take note of that. Okay, so as it is now, I have a complete front view and I have a complete plan view. Now you remember the last picture or video I sent you. I told you in first angle. Please watch the video I sent you earlier on. It is going to actually explain this concept a lot. Okay, so I was explaining something in the last video I sent to you. Okay, so in first angle, take note of this. In first angle, this is the chart for first angle. We have something like this. So right here we have front view, right here we have plan. Okay, now on this area we'll be having left, and on this area I'll be having right. Okay, this chart is for what? It's for first angle. Yeah, this chart is for first angle. Okay, now if you take note of the object on the screen over there, your end view is on where? Is on the left hand side. Look at it. The end view you are seeing is on the what? Is on the left hand side, and first angle says whatever you see on the left is what? Left here. This is the chart for first angle. Take note of this. This one is for third angle. See this? I'm having what? Plan. I'm having front. I'm having what? Right. And I'm having what? Left here. This is for third angle. Okay, this is for what? For third angle. Let me adjust the camera for you. So take note of that. Do you see? So this right here is what? Third angle. Why this is what? First angle. So and this very problem we are solving it in first angle. So this is the chart we are using. So that's why I have my what? Front here, my plan here, and my what? My end view will be here. Yeah. So at it being my end view is on this direction. Do you get it now? Then these two views are going to sit right here, while my end view will sit here. But since my end view is on this direction, you know, this is the direction where the arrow is on the question, which is our front view. Then this area will be my what? Our end view. So since my end view is here on the left hand side, first angle says left end view what will be right here, and that's why we are placing our end view here. So take note of that. All right. So now to draw my end view, so it is actually cheap, like plantain chips. What I'm trying to say is that it is actually easy. Okay, it is not hard. It is very, very easy. So the very first thing I'm going to do is from this edge here, take note of this area I circled lightly. From this edge there, okay, with my angle 45 degrees set square. With my angle 45 degrees set square, okay. Yeah, I'm going to project a line from this junction. You see, with my angle 45 degrees set square, I'm going to project this downward like this. Faintly. Do you see that? Faintly. Then after doing that, take note of this talking. Take note of this. Every horizontal line I'm having on this area, wherever they touch this inclined line, I will project them upwards. Listen to me again. All horizontal lines I have here, this. Wherever they touch this inclined line, I will be projecting them upward. So this is what I'm trying to say. So let me do the first one for you so that you can see. Alright, now this horizontal line touches this line here. So I'm going to what? Place my set square right there and what? Project it faintly upwards. Do you see what I'm saying now? Take note of that. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing right here. Okay, I'm going to project it what? Upwards faintly. The same thing right here. I'm going to project it what? Upwards faintly. The same thing right here. Okay, projecting it what? Upwards faintly. Then right here also, and I'm going to project it what? Upwards faintly. So now, how do I fix my end view? How do I fix my end view? Yeah, it is cheap like plantain chips, and it is easy as ABC. So just take note of what I'm doing. Okay, so first of all, this cylindrical bottom, this is it on my end view. I'm going to take in that out first. Okay, so on this end view, I don't really need to measure a lot of things here because everything is already traced out. And that's the essence of me saying you should watch that video. Watch my videos on YouTube. Watch them. You will see what I actually do there. So maybe you are going to have more understanding of what I'm trying to drive home here. Exactly. So now I have this base. So remember this area we mentioned earlier on, this area of 40. Okay, so let me project that also. Let me project that. So I'm going to draw this tangentially to this faintly, touching that line, and this place also faintly touching that line. Okay, now I'm going to actually project them vertically upwards, those 2 points faintly like this. Yeah, right here and right here also like this. So as it is now, this to this is 40 automatically, so I'm going to make it faintly. Okay, it's going to be what hidden. I can't see that hole, but I know it is there. Yeah, up to this level. I'm going to make it faint up to this level. Yeah, up to this level here. Okay, and this also up to that level. Yeah, so take note, this hole can only be seen on the plan. You can't see it on the front and you can't see it on the end, but we know they are there. So that is what I'm trying to actually show you. Okay, so then I'm going to actually join this area like this. Okay, I'm going to take this upwards like this. Oh, sorry, I haven't made this silly mistake. Yes, so this one is going to come here like this, and this is going to come here like this. So this area. Okay, to proceed now, I'm going to pick my compass. So the radius of this area, see where I place my compass, from this area like this. Okay, all the way to this area here. That's going to be radius 12.5. Okay, I'm picking radius 12.5, which is this. Sorry for wasting your. Okay, so that's radius 12.5. I draw this. So that's the hole I'm seeing when looking at the object from this direction. You know you can see this hole on your end view. So that is the hole there. That hole of diameter 25. That is it right there. And I called the first one. Yeah, this area at the top. We are not giving dimension for it also. So we are not giving dimension for this area also. So I'm going to use radius 25 for this mark on the top here. Radius 25. So with my compass, I picked radius 25, which is this. With radius 25, I'm going to draw it faintly. I said radius 25. That's going to be this. Sorry. Picking that area. Just pick this area. Okay. Pick. So standing at the midpoint here, extend your compass to the top here. Okay, tangential to that area at the top. I draw this. So take note of that, right? And that is my what? That is my radius 25. I draw it faintly first. Radius 25. Okay. So the next thing is pick your ruler. Okay. From this edge here, yeah, this mark and this mark, tangentially to that radius 25 line, which you draw earlier on. So from this now, tangentially to it, I draw. I make it bold. You see that? And likewise from this end, I draw, making it bold. Okay, do you see that? So with that now, I can now take in the radius 25, which I measured earlier on, like this. Okay, I can now take in it like this. Okay, then I can't see this area from my end view, so all this area all through will be hidden also it is going to be hidden. It's going to be hidden like this. All right, so Turkey, this is the complete orthographic projection. Right here is your front view, right here is your plan, and right here is your end view. So you can fix the dimensions by yourself so that I won't waste much of your time. All right, so thank you very much. So don't forget, I told you this drawing you are seeing here is on scale of 1:1. If you are doing it on scale 2:1, you multiply all the dimensions I use there by 2. Exactly, you multiply them by 2. All right, so take care.